Hello to every architect, and I am Ankur, shooting on WPC Guru, and this video would basically highlight on why architects should choose, or they can choose WPC as a preferred option for door frame applications specifically. So architects, they are an architect for the brighter future of any country they are working in, and definitely yes, to get the country on the brighter side, they would always prefer innovative products, which are green, which are definitely futuristic. Now, coming on to these points, though architects want to use green products, they want to get innovative solutions to the country. But what happens? There's some companies who fail to get and to bind the trust of those architects in the long term. And that is the only reason, that they fail to bind on to the trust of an architect in a long-term way. So now, definitely yes, every architect, why do they need to choose, WPC frames? So first, I would like to suggest them that whenever they're buying a product or recommending a product, they must understand that they should never recommend a product which is made out of door sheets as a door jamb. But they should always understand that they can always recommend a product which has an encapsulation on all the 6 ends, which is a pre-extruded product, having a same glossy finish on all the sides when they are recommending WPC frames to any of their client. So definitely yes. What are the major reasons why they should prefer, or why they should choose on to recommend these products are majorly goes on. So the first point is the time saving. So definitely when any architect is recommending a product which is WPC, so it is saving a lot of time in manufacturing it, in assembling it, and in installing it, because there is no riveting time, there is no seasoning time for wood which is there, there is no painting cost, there is no planning which has to be done, no miter joint, nothing is to be done. So definitely there is a lot of time saving and a cost saving whenever any architect is recommending to any of their client. That is the first and the foremost reason. The second reason, which is very important, is that for anyone, what is the most important in the whole plot is the customer. If your customer isn't happy, then definitely, whether it is an architect or whether it is a builder or anyone it may be, the customer would always, anyone would want to be utmost happy in the whole plot. So to make the customer feel happy, you would always consider that there should not be any pain to the customer when a product is supplied and it is suffering from any kind of water, moisture, or a damp or a termite attack in the later cases. And we all know, when any architect recommends wooden frames, they are sure that yes, it is going to give a good finish, it is going to wooden grain finish which is natural, but they are all known to the fact that yes, they are recommending a product which is sure to get defects in long run. So definitely yes, this is another major point. And the third point, which is very important, is that this product, whether when they're recommending any kind of a wooden frame, so they are prone to get any kind of a twist, any kind of a crack, any kind of a bending, any kind of a warpage, there would happen in natural wood, which is not possible in WPC frames. Then another fourth major point is that they are recommending a product when they recommend any wooden frame. What happens is that is not being an engineered product, and when they recommend any WPC frame, so definitely it being an engineered product, it is a standardized product. Whenever from one frame to another frame, any WPC frame is made, then what happens is that there is not even a gap, but when we compare to wooden frames, then definitely one frame to another frame, it has a lot of variation in terms of measurements and dimensions, because the dimensional stability cannot be maintained because it's a nature product. And definitely in the modern times, where the construction is getting much more, drastic transformation, by Maivan construction, in kind of aluminium foam work, construction technology is taking place, in the modern construction industry. So definitely yes, that with that rapid transformation, WPC frames is the only engineered product, which definitely offers a great help to every architect, in terms of offering a standardized and an engineered solution to the engineered buildings. Then definitely yes, it's a cost-effective product when we compare to UPVC, when we compare to FRP, when we compare to timber, so it's not at all a cost-effective. You cannot say that it is not cost-effective. It is definitely a cost-effective solution when you compare, in terms of each and everything. I mean, if any timber is being installed, and at the end of the day, if it gets disturbed because of water or moisture there and then when the curing is taking place while plastering, while POP, what happens is, at the end, when it either twists or bends or develops some kinds of a crack after drying, then what happens is that you don't just have to replace the wood. We have to replace the entire wooden frame. We have to break the flooring. We have to break the masonry work. We have to break the entire POP, and then again do all sorts of activities. So it's not just the cost of the wooden frame which has to be taken into consideration, but it's actually 3 times the cost if you calculate, which takes place when you recommend any kind of a wooden frame in comparison to the WPC frames. So definitely, it could be easily recommended, and your client could get pain-free with all those hassles and troubles. Then definitely, since architect is the one who's recommending a product, he's just like a doctor recommending, so definitely they always prefer to recommend a product which is green. And our door frames, WPC frames are IGBC and Griha certified, so definitely it offers great benefits over the timber. And the product measurement definitely is a very important point. And when we talk about RERA, so definitely RERA is something that is in extreme limelight in today's time, that according to RERA, definitely they're in terms of giving a warranty. Every builder has to give a warranty that yes, for 5 years there would not happen anything in terms of water, dampness, moisture or termite attack to the wooden frames. But we all know that is impossible to guarantee. Wooden door frames are prone to get attacks of that. So definitely yes, when we talk about RERA, so WPC kind of a product is a great product as a substitute to to just recommend to your clients. And definitely last but not the least, so every architect leads to a brighter country, the future of the country, and for a noble cause, for the environment to stay safe, and for the kind of the global warming which is happening across the world. So definitely architects, when they refer this kind of a product, so they are contributing a bit of their pie to the entire society. And I think all these factors, when you take it in entirety and totality, they are definitely so compelling to actually make you understand that why they could be recommended to your clients with utmost comfort to you. Thank you.